and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Saida, and today I will be discussing the 11 top qualities you need to be a successful stylist. Number one, you have to have endurance. Without endurance, you're not going to make it. Let's just be real. Like, sometimes you will have to be out and about all day, going from showroom to showroom, going from designer to designer. I mean, you need to have that kind of endurance to just keep going. It's not your average 9 to 5 job. This is more of like, I don't know, I guess kind of freelance in a way. You don't have someone that you really answer to, but you have to get the work done and you have to push yourself. So without endurance, without that kind of hard work ethic, then it's not going to work for you. Number two, you must think ahead. And what I mean by that is, your client might ask for one thing, but you want to think beyond that. What might your client want or need in the future? So for example, one time my client was like, I want stiletto heels as high as you can find them on the red carpet. That's what she wanted. But I also brought some heels that were like 3 inches or so. I also purchased some flats for her. And at the end of the fitting, guess what? She went for the flats. She didn't want any of the high heels. So you want to think ahead and be prepared, because you just never know what will be thrown at you. Number 3, you must be organized. You must be so organized you're almost like low-key OCD with it, because you just want to know where everything is and accounted for. You also want to make sure everything is packed up correctly. For example, you don't want to accidentally send something off to one showroom that's supposed to belong to another, and it's just a lot of drama. That happened to me once, by the way. So one time I just wasn't really organized, and on top of it, I sent a dress to one showroom, and then the other showroom's like, where's that dress? The other showroom called me back, was like, hey, I think you misplaced a dress. So having to do that, it just wasted a lot of time and a lot of energy. So that's why I said you have to be extremely organized, especially when you have clients coming to a fitting. You want to make sure all the shoes are out, all the jewelry is out, all the clothes are going to be organized and looking nice, so that your client can just walk up and point out what they might be interested in. You just want to be really organized. By being organized, it can make the day go by so much faster and so much easier. Number 4, you have to be confident. You want to make sure that your client feels comfortable with you, especially since they hired you, that you have everything under control, that they can believe in you and rest assured that, everything is fine. Even if you don't feel like it, you must fake it until you make it, in order to, have them trust you. With styling, it's a lot of trust that goes into it, and people want to trust you and work with you, and you must be confident in yourself and in your job. Number 5, you want to be creative. You're a stylist, so you have to put outfits together, looks together, come up with things, and you have to be creative and stay on top of that. So some things that I do to stay creative is I might go outside and be inspired by nature. Sometimes I will look through magazines, I'll look at fashion shows, I'll attend a fashion show, or sometimes I'll go on Instagram and see cool creative ideas, just to help me stay creative and to keep my ideas going. Number 6, you must be a researcher. Number 7, you must be a magician. Sometimes things will happen last minute and you have to come up with a way and make something out of nothing. But sometimes it's very time sensitive, so you have to be really creative and make things happen with nothing. One time we had a client that was walking out the door to get into a car to go to a red carpet, and he decided he didn't want a tie anymore. He wanted a bow tie. Whew, mind you, this was late at night. We didn't have any stores available, but luckily somehow, some way, I had a bow tie in my trunk. So we were able to use that, and it worked out perfectly. He was happy, the stylist was happy. It was just perfect. So sometimes, like I said, you got to make things work and figure it out. Number 8, you want to be intelligent and have common sense. Sometimes a client will give you a simple task and you have to complete it. So for example, I was in an internship with someone and we had to hire an extra hands. And so we asked this guy on the first day, hey, can you just lay out the jewelry? That's all he had to do. And I had to lay out the shoes, I had to lay out the clothes. When I tell you, I came back in the room and he put all the jewelry back into the bags. Not a good look. It was terrible. Let's just say that was the last day we've ever had to, call that person. So yeah, you must have common sense, because you might have a stylist asking you to do a number of things and you must like complete the task and figure it out and follow instructions. That's another thing, following the instructions. Number 9, you must be responsible. Sometimes you'll have a stylist that needs you to go out to a showroom and pick out, I don't know, $100,000 worth of jewelry, diamonds at that. And you need to be responsible and make sure you are taking care of that, by locking your doors or covering the diamonds once it's in your car, because you never know if someone's watching you or will just, look into your car and see, oh, there's a bag of diamonds. Let me break into this person's car. You need to be responsible with different items. Sometimes you're on set, you want to be careful and handle all the clothes and accessories with care. So yes, please be responsible. Number 10, you want to be flexible. Sometimes, you'll have a client that will call you last minute and will be like, hey, I need a dress for tomorrow. I'm going to be on a red carpet. And, the stores are closed or whatever. You have to be flexible and figure out how to get a hold of clothes, whether it's contacting a showroom to see if they have after hours, or calling on a designer that might have some items for you to pull. But yeah, try to make it work and figure it out. That's why I said you have to be a magician to figure it out, because things can be thrown at you at the last minute and you need to figure it out and, finish that task. So yes, please be flexible. Sometimes too, stylists will post that they need help 6 o'clock in the morning for a photo shoot, or they need help packing up. So sometimes check the stylist stories. Sometimes they'll have opportunities and jobs for you. Number 11, communication. Without communication in any field, in any industry, you're not gonna succeed. So you definitely want to communicate, ask questions when needed, especially if you're not sure about something, because you don't want to assume things and you don't want to cause a lot of chaos and drama. So just make sure that you're communicating with the stylist or your clients or showrooms, just so that everyone is on the same page, and it'll make everyone's job a lot easier. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe. And if you want to ask questions, please leave a comment below.